Welcome to Witches in Yoga Pants, your cozy corner of the cosmos, where modern magic meets everyday life. We're here to explore magic, mindfulness, and personal growth with a grounded, no-fluff vibe. Whether you're into moon rituals, tarot spreads, or just trying to survive Mercury retrograde, you are in the right place. So get ready to disrupt some old patterns, explore what it means to reclaim your power, and remember who you really are. So pull up your yoga mat, light a candle, and let's get into it. Welcome back. Today I am joined by Casey Judy. Casey is a client turned friend, and she does so many cool things. She's a Rife practitioner. She's led worldwide retreats. She's an artist, and I'm so excited to have you here today, Casey. And we're just going to kind of chat it up. Sounds like about maybe some art, spirituality, creativity.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited
Thanks
to be
for
here.
coming.
You're welcome.
This is our first time sitting down like this together.
I know.
We've done sound baths together. We've done sessions together. But this is like different.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, these are great topics.
Great topics. Do you want to just talk about, let's start by talking a little bit about your Rife machine, because I don't think a lot of people know what that is. But let's start there.
So a Rife machine, it's called Rife, named after Royal Raymond Rife. And this is a machine that was kind of invented around the 1920s, 1930s. And it's a frequency machine. And it's not just one machine. Nowadays, there's many machines that are considered Rife machine. And then there's also aside like frequency machines. But so Royal Rife created one of the highest end microscopes of his time. And then as he was doing this inventions and like doing his studying, he started digging deeper and finding that not that science was wrong, but that they weren't finding the cures for cancer and polio and tuberculosis, things like that, that there were apparently back then like no cures for at all. So they basically, like, science was saying there was no cures for this. And then Royal Rife found cures through all of his extensive research. And he was finding was that he could create the frequency for those like cancer and tuberculosis. He could create the frequency to match the frequency of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I mean, different, not only do emotions vibrate at frequencies, but ailments do too.
Exactly.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like cancer has, let's just say like 5 frequencies. There's probably many more to it. And so he would he found the frequencies for cancer, and he created the 5 frequencies. We'll just say 5. To match the frequency of cancer and basically destroy it. It's like resonance, like kind of similar to like when an opera singer sings like really high pitched and it could break a wine glass, like that kind of idea.
Yeah.
So that's kind of who Royal Rife was. He created this machine, and back in the day, it was really cool. There's so much interesting information about him, but he had like 16 terminally ill cancer patients. I think 3 of them maybe had tuberculosis also. And I think they're all stage 4. And they took them out to this ranch, and he did treatments on them for 3 months. Every 3 days, we'd do a treatment on them with the Rife machine. And by the end of the 3 months and every 3 days, they were all but like 2 or 3 of them were cancer free. The others took a couple more, I think, weeks. And then they were cured also.
Well, that's incredible.
So you can't really say because of medical
You can't say because FDA is not approved, right?
Cannot say that it cures cancer, but it has been proven to at least help it. So when I got trained on the Rife machine, I was told, when you have a Rife machine, like back in the day and still today, I believe, that you're not supposed to have one if you have a medical license, which that just it just really shows like where our medical industry is, right? So
we could have a whole episode about that. That's a rabbit hole.
Totally.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to like advertise. You can't tell people that you have a Rife machine. Like you just straight can't have one.
So are we allowed to talk about it now?
We can.
Can we really say this on a podcast?
Have a Rife machine, or I don't have a medical license. I have a Rife machine.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a medical license, so we're good.
Casey's not a doctor, people.
Nope.
She's not a doctor.
Nope. Yeah. No, it's scary, really.
Kind of scary.
And so going back to Royal Rife, when this cured everything, there's this whole thing about like he had a party and everybody was like, "Oh, congratulations. Like we think we found this cure," and everyone was really happy about it, except for the surgeons who were like removing tumors from people and the pharmaceutical industry. because now what are they going to do? Like they're losing all this money.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, eventually his life just turned upside down and just, mysteriously his place caught on fire and mysteriously his office caught on fire. All his files were burned.
I was just going to say, people, once they discover things like that, they disappear.
Yeah. He was told not to ever work on humans again. He was told to strictly stick to rats. So really, really sad because, curing one person is amazing. But like, think of how many people could have been cured of all of their ailments.
Absolutely. Well, and have you treated people yourself then and seen improvements in that?
Yeah. I have had a couple cancer patients who were doing cancer with me, but they were also going the Western medicine route too, as far as like chemo.
Like chemo or radiation or whatever, depending. Yeah.
And that's okay. I can understand if I was in that position, I'd be like anything and everything, just bring it on.
Right. And I was going to ask, does it treat other things or is it just a cancer treatment? Is it like an overall health vitality improvement or like what?
Great question. No, it does like parasites, bacteria, fungus, mold, cancer. So I can treat for, like, here's an example with mold. I can scan for black mold to see if you have black mold. I can't scan with the machine I have. I can't tell you if you have any other types of mold, but if you have a different type of mold other than black, I can give you treatments for that mold, for any mold.
So do you adjust it according to frequency then? Or is it, how does it work?
Yeah, so
I'm going to have to come over and see the machine at some point because I'm trying to visualize it.
I actually have it with me.
Is it like a CT scan thing?
No, it's
you've got it in your car. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. No, I'll bring it in afterwards. It's smaller than like an iPad. So it's it's in between like a phone and an iPad size. It's like a little square or rectangular box. And then you enter different pathogen numbers in. So like or frequency numbers. So if you want to do general pathogens, which is the normal one that I do treatments for, that would do, I'm just going to name a few, like fungus, bacteria, parasites. What's really cool about the parasites is it'll tell you what parasite it is. Whereas if you like had to go do a stool sample, that's the only way you're going to figure out maybe what kind of parasite it is.
Right. And say you had parasites, like, will one treatment, like, how does that work?
Yeah, one treatment won't get rid of the parasite. Most likely. It could, but I haven't necessarily seen that. It takes a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then like, so like whooping cough, that's come up in things before. And it doesn't necessarily mean like if I gave you a treatment today and whooping cough came up for you, it doesn't mean that you'd be like, I don't have whooping cough. Right. But it doesn't mean that you weren't around somebody who had it.
Yeah.
And your body's just fighting it. So it's a scan to tell me what's going on with you.
Is it a thing that you hold in your hand to scan it? What's it called?
Well, it's it's the F scan is the one I have.
Oh, okay. So it's tied to the Rife machine.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I just remember, I can't remember the name of it, but back in the day when I was doing doTERRA classes and essential oils, there was a hand scanner that we used. And it would like say what you had, like what was going on in your body, and then recommend what oils could help benefit from that. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I have an idea what you're talking
Somebody
about.
out there in the world that's listening probably knows. No, I don't remember the name.
That's all good.
Yeah.
No, so it's like a little rectangular box that's telling me all the information. I can plug it into a computer to make it easier on me. It'll give me more in-depth detail. But I could just run it off of the box too. And then the box has a wire connected to it. So the first part's like a 45-second scan of your body to tell me what's going on. And so you're holding a rod in one hand and then an alligator.
That sounds so cool.
And an alligator clip. We'll do one sometime soon. An alligator clip on your other finger. And then it's like roughly 45-second scan. And then I switch the cord and now you're holding two rods in your hand that will allow these frequencies to move through the machine into your body.
So is it purely energetic, or do you sit there and feel the frequencies?
Some people can feel them. Okay. Some people, obviously are more sensitive than others. Yeah. So some people can, some people are like, no, I don't feel anything. Or maybe you don't feel anything. And then like during the treatment, because the treatment itself could be, I usually keep them around like 30 to 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then during that treatment, sometime you might feel like, oh, I feel like a little tingliness.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. So, so that's one set of frequencies just for pathogens. And then there's a different set of frequencies I put in for cancer. And then there's another set of frequencies I can put in for mold. So got those three. And then there's so many other machines out there too, like that are considered Rife machines. So
that do different things. Is that what you mean? Oh, wow.
Like there's
I'd never heard of it before I met you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
what?
funny. Some people, you've either heard of it or you've never heard of it at all. It's not like, oh yeah, I think, yeah. My grandma actually had cancer. And so in my early 20s, when I wasn't into all this holistic stuff like I am now, that's how I was first introduced to it, but I forgot about it. And my mom knew somebody who had stage 4 prostate cancer, and he treated himself and cured himself of cancer with this machine.
Wow.
I don't know if it was actually the F scan like I have, but it was a Rife machine. And so he cured himself, and my mom knew about this. And so she found this guy in this, okay, now to go back at like how low key and like under the radar this had to be back then. And still kind of today, he was operating his Rife stuff out of the lobby of his car mechanic shop in a little tiny country town.
Get a Rife treatment while we change your oil.
Totally.
That's amazing.
And he wasn't, he wouldn't take money. It was like donation if you wanted to, like there was no charge to it. It was donation. And yeah, just donations. I remember my mom would donate. She would go to Costco and buy like the big rolls of like toilet paper and paper towels. And that's what she would donate to them.
Right.
And what my grandma was doing was she was sitting in front of a light. So there's also like, think of, like I said, my mind wasn't like really functioning in the holistic world like it is now. And so thinking back on it, think of like the salt lamps, like the Himalayan salt lamp, or even like a ring light. It was some sort of light.
Like, was it like a red light therapy? Because they have those.
Yeah,
it was not.
It was not red light, and it was Rife related.
Oh.
So she was sitting in the lobby with this light, and I remember there were other people there with like really bad eczema and things like that, and they were sitting there with her, and they were all just getting treated by this light. So there's
in the waiting room of the car garage. That's great.
Totally.
Well,
yeah,
times have changed.
So like we can advertise about it now. I mean, what I was told by the guy who trained me was, because I was like, how do you get all your clients? And it's just word of mouth. And so I mostly bought the machine. It's kind of a side gig for me. I have a day job, but that's part-time. And then I just do this on the side. And he just told me, he was like, yeah, it's all just word of mouth. He's like, if you advertise, you kind of get the wrong people. You get like people who are like out to prove you wrong or whatever. And you don't want to deal with those people during the day. You're just trying to help people.
Right.
So yeah. One cool story I have is a neighbor of mine had never heard of the Rife machine. She's very science background. I think she even had a career like in the sciences, her husband too. And she kept complaining about this dental work that she was having done. And it was just really messing up her teeth and her gums and everything. And so I kept telling her, I was like, I have this machine. I've actually gotten rid of cavities before with this machine on myself and somebody else.
Wow.
You can feel when cavities are coming in kind of. And I gave myself treatments for, I think it was like a week every night. I mean, I own the machine. So I just sit down in front of the TV, watch a show and treat myself.
Why would you not just treat yourself all the time? Just proactively.
Totally. And it went away, and I've never had a problem with it since. So I kept telling her like, let me treat you. And so I gave her an 18-minute tooth decay. Like that's just the random selection. It was already programmed in. I picked that one. And she told me, I never saw it, but she said she had a hole the size of a pencil eraser in her gum. And it was bothering her. It was so painful. And so I gave her one treatment. I was like, you're just going to have to come back. Like, let's do a treatment every day for like 3 or 4 days and just see if this gives you any relief. And she was so upset by it. She's like, I don't even want to look. But then she couldn't take it anymore.
To look. Yeah.
The next morning she looked, and she said the hole was the size of a sharpened pencil tip.
Wow.
For your gums, that's a big
Well,
change.
Mouth stuff heals quickly when you have like an injury in your mouth. So it makes sense that with that help of the frequency, that it would heal.
Yeah.
Mouth stuff heals quick.
Yeah. And you can hold those rods. So while you're holding the rods in each hand, you can hold them and like rest them in your lap. But you can also, for the mouth as an example, you can kind of like put it up against your face so your hands are touching it, but the rods are also touching your mouth too. And it'll also help faster.
Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really fun to be a part of like this community. And I think like as a collective, I think everybody is starting to open up more to this holistic stuff too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, so many of the modalities considered holistic are really ancient. Like they're old. They're thousands of years old sometimes. And it's like, we're just kind of remembering them.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we've kind of gotten Western medicine's kind of gotten a little bit away from all of that. But I think more and more people are getting back towards holistic health.
Oh yeah, for
So,
sure. I was
moving back
actually
that way.
talking to a nurse last night, but she was telling me how, like, she was saying, as a nurse, like how she's very much into this frequency stuff, like learning about all the Rife technology and how everybody's starting to really wake up. And to hear this from a nurse was pretty cool.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think there's more openness happening. More and more medical doctors are becoming more open to other ideas, stuff that they're not necessarily taught in medical school. You know, like I was able to change a lot of my health stuff just by diet and lifestyle changes. And my doctors would just be like, oh, how did you, I don't know what that, it's like, it's called nutrition. Like, it's like, you know, it's like they aren't really trained in that, right? They're trained to diagnose and treat.
Yeah.
But not really.
You mean you
prevent.
didn't take this $90 bottle of pills every 3 weeks to heal yourself?
Did not. I did not. And yeah, I cured a disease that is uncurable as well. So yeah.
With food. Imagine that.
Imagine that. So yeah. But yeah, I do feel like it's opening up more and more people. I mean, we're in a huge time of evolution right now. Things are evolving very quickly. People are.
Yeah.
And so I think just as we're doing that, I think it's opening up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. And it's, you know, like we said, it's kind of scary. The transition, you know, just seeing what the Western medical world is like trying to kind of force people into, but then seeing like I said, the collective kind of shifting
The
gears.
collective is definitely shifting because, I mean, well, we were talking about this earlier. It's like, we're witches.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, back in the day, they would have hung us.
I know.
It's like, but now it's too many of us.
I know. I mean, I was thinking about that one day too. And like the Salem witch trials, like who were the witches? And it's like, they were women who spoke up, stood their ground, and were trying, like, healing people in certain ways.
They were
like,
using herbs and concoctions
oils,
and
you know, herbs, essential oils,
Tinctures.
like the things that we're doing today. Most women who don't even think about like, oh, I'd be considered a witch. Like we're straight up the witches of yesterday. You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
And just about everybody is. And some, like, I mean, you're maybe your thing is food. You're a kitchen witch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it just really,
Yeah. I mean, I'm proud to hold that title.
I'm proud too. Proud witch.
Proud
I'm an
witch.
eclectic witch.
Right here. And I'm a witch with a machine.
You do other things besides just the machine.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your art for a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk about that, because lately I've had a couple of different clients come up recently that felt like their creativity was blocked for some reason. And one even had an entity that was kind of hanging out around her head, and we got rid of it. But that's been coming up a lot. People's creativity feeling blocked.
Yeah.
So you're actually, tell me about your training in art. Let's talk about that.
So I have a bachelor's degree in art. I mean, I'm a personal trainer and personal assistant outside as my part-time day job, but
Casey does everything.
I do. I have the best resume.
What job do you need her to do?
Yeah. I probably have done it. I've got experience. But I have a degree in art.
Funny.
And I honestly, like, I was just telling you earlier how I feel like I've had a block, and I've been actually told that recently. But also at the same time, I've had these readings come up where they're like, you've got a creative side to you, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do. And they're like, you need to be focusing on that and getting the creative out again, which I mean, all of us do. It's such a great form of release. Same
Totally.
thing. But yeah, it's, I love, so it's mostly painting and drawing that I do, mostly painting, I'd say, between painting and drawing, but I've dabbled in everything. So
nice.
I currently, the one I really enjoy is working with plaster and paint and building it up on wooden panels and then carving back down into it. I mean, there's more to it than that, but
that's like the gist. That sounds super cool.
I think I'm drawn to that mostly too. Like I'm always like, even if it's drawing, like I'm gluing something in or adding like a fortune from a fortune cookie into it or something.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Whenever I feel like I have blocks, like recently it's still kind of there. I still feel like there's a little bit of blockage. So we might need to do a session and work that out of me.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I feel like one go-to, so for any artists listening who feel like they're blocked too, a good go-to for me to kind of help get creative flow without having to really think about it is doing like magazine collages.
Oh, okay.
And maybe you paint a little bit, maybe you throw a little watercolor in there or something, but like taking like a little kid's body and just a human body in general, and then you find like a picture of a dog and they cut the dog's head out and put it on the human body, like make a scene, just make this really fun scene out of it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it is. It's super fun, and it's kind of like the adult coloring books,
Right.
Yeah.
I always feel a little inspired after, because when we make vision boards, we do them kind of collagey.
Yeah.
We've got the washi tape, and we've got the magazine stuff, and we've got printouts and like all this other stuff. I always feel like so creative afterwards. Yeah. It's like, oh, that looks really good.
Totally.
So yeah,
no, I love
do
those
that
too. There is this makes me think of vision board. There was a group of us that was going to do a vision board, and we were talking about like, I've got boxes of magazines, and I keep thinking like, I got to get rid of these. I feel like I'm just hoarding magazines.
Never get rid of the magazines.
Somebody was like, we should do vision boards, and I'll bring my computer and my printer, and so we can print out images of what we want.
Totally.
I totally get that, because then it's like, oh, I want to go to Hawaii this year, and then you print a picture of the islands out or something. But there's also something really great about just flipping through pages and seeing what comes up.
Seeing what draws you in.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because like maybe you are focused on like, oh, I got to find a picture of the Hawaiian Islands, but like flipping through, you find something else. And then it's like, oh,
no, definitely.
that's something on my radar too. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
So that will kind of help people open up to a creativity a little bit, is what you're saying with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think even if you aren't an artist and you just want to like dabble in something, go through a magazine and just cut out an X-Acto knife. I love using X-Acto knives because it makes them very crisp, clear,
Oh, yes.
But, just a pair of scissors, if that's all you got, that's totally fine. Yeah, it's so much fun. Just get a nice little white piece of paper and start gluing your images down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, I can't remember the name of the company, but when I was raising my kids, there was a scrapbooking company that was like super popular.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of it. This episode is called I Can't Remember the Name of What I'm Talking About. It's literally what it feels like. It was like creative something. Anyways, I had
memories.
Yeah, it might have been that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it still exists or not.
I don't know either.
If it does, it had great stuff. So I don't know. I'm talking good about you. But yeah, I had all of that stuff, and was it really into the scrapbooking thing.
Yeah, I did that really for a hot minute too.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I like to do like abstract painting, and I feel like that can get your creative juices flowing too. Is just sit in front of a canvas and just start painting.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what you're going to paint, right?
Absolutely.
Like half the time, I don't know what I'm going to paint when I paint, and I don't claim to be an artist by any means. I don't have an art degree.
I should teach you how to do this plaster and paint technique sometime, because it's really fun. And I've actually taught some workshops before. So my goal was with getting this degree was to become a college level art instructor. But I need to get my master's for that. So I decided I didn't want to go into any more school debt. I was good where I was. And so I would figure something else out along the way. But I started teaching workshops and summer camp for kids. That was so much fun. I did that at the college that I went to. Which was Oregon College of Art and Craft. Rest in peace. That place is no longer.
Is it no longer?
No, it's
I was
so
going to say,
sad.
could you still do that with the training that you have? Could you do your own art workshops?
And I have done my own art workshops, and I've thought about like doing bigger ones. Like,
ooh, you could incorporate like a meditation with an intention, and then a painting, and
that's true. We actually
do it.
We did last August, I think. A group of us did like a little day retreat, and I did an inner child workshop. And just a little like with magazine collages, and I printed out everybody's photo of themselves. They sent me a picture, and then we did some painting, and just giving this like in a nutshell what we did.
Right.
So I printed everybody's face out in black and white from the shoulders up. We glued that down on top of the painting that they did, a watercolor painting, and then we cut out words that represented them, but I just said something along the lines of like, what would your self now tell your child self, or what would your child self tell yourself now? Like, think of those words.
gosh, I love that so much. What a great
Yeah.
exercise. People could do that on their own
hmm
and just put a picture of
It can
themselves and like,
Yeah. I think it could get really deep too.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
yeah, that could be intense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
What a
fun
great
though.
idea.
Yeah. There's so many good art workshop ideas.
Yeah.
I'll have to get crafty
I
sometime.
was going to say, why aren't you doing that? We have to go paint, guys. Sorry. No.
I do have some paintings right now at a gallery in Oregon at Cannon Beach.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've got I think five or six paintings at a gallery in Cannon Beach right now.
Nice.
And it's a really cute gallery called Shearwater. And it's they've been there for a couple months, I believe. And then I've done a lot of art shows, mostly like in breweries or coffee shops and things like that. Nothing ever in a gallery. This is the first time I've been in a gallery.
That is so cool. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Thanks.
What kind of paintings do you do? Are they abstract or are they like what are they?
Yeah,
what
these ones are abstract. Some are abstract in the sense of like kind of looking like a topographical map. Cause like I said, it's like mostly
that's right. It's the
plaster and the paint. Yeah. And then I'll carve
so
into
cool.
it. So it depends on how I carve into it. Is like how it's going to turn out. So topographical map is like my go-to.
Okay.
And then the other ones, if I carve like more horizontally, then it can be kind of a abstract landscape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you basically put it on, let it dry, and then you kind of carve into it whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, multiple layers. The first one I ever did was 5 foot by 6 foot, and it was 18 layers thick.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is this a technique then you were taught in school, or is this something that you've developed on your own?
A little bit of both. I was taught this. My artist mentor, Pat Wheeler, she lives in Maine. So she taught me the technique. I was her art assistant one year when I was in college. I just wanted to get a free class and she looked like a really cool teacher. So I was
cool.
Yeah. I was like, I like your style. So she flew out and she was teaching a summer art workshop. And so I was her assistant. So I got to make art along with assisting her. And yeah, it was amazing. So I learned the plaster technique from her.
Okay.
And then she left and I put it aside and I didn't do it for quite a while. And then when I picked it back up in class, in one of my college classes, I decided I was going to do a plaster painting. And so I picked it up and I just started doing what I remembered. And, and then it completely changed. So it wasn't exactly her style anymore.
Because you kind of forgot part of it, like just kind of how it came back.
Which was great because I don't want to ever copy somebody.
Right.
But picking up what
it becomes your own technique in a way.
What served me is what I do now. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you actually have some artwork. Well, you have it in galleries, but you have a website.
I do. CaseyJudy.com.
CaseyJudy.com.
I haven't updated it in a while, but I've got paintings on there that are for sale. Their prices are on there. And I've got some that I haven't even posted on the website, but there's quite a few on there. And then just to get an idea of like what I do also. And then there's some travel stuff too from
I was going to say,
travels.
I feel like I went to it at one point and saw that you had retreat. I mean, I know you've done retreats. We've talked about it, but it's like that you had them like advertised on there.
Yeah. So it was going to be Drawn to Travel was my like business for the traveling for the tours. The last one that I did was Bali. And I was going to do one in Nepal and then COVID happened. We were like all ready to buy our tickets. And I was like, oh, this is nothing. It'll go over. And then I was like, okay, no, never mind. We're not buying tickets.
So is it like, were you doing like travel guide type retreats or were you doing like a retreat, like a wellness retreat of some sort?
It was, no, if I did one now, it would definitely have so much more wellness involved in it.
Yeah. I was going to say,
yeah.
You have like such a network of healers as friends. Yeah.
Yeah. You included.
Me included. But yeah, there's like a big network. So yeah.
Drawn to Travel came up because of the traveling, my love and passion for traveling, but then also the art. I love
Drawn to Travel. That's such a great name.
Thanks.
And you've got art as part of it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to include my art. I was like, how can I utilize the degree I have? And so basically what it was is like traveling, showing people how to travel, depending on the clientele that I had. If it was like people who had a lot of money and wanted to stay in high class places, whatever, I don't really need to teach them how to travel. Like they're good.
Right.
But the group that I took to Bali as an example, they wanted to stretch their money as far as they could. And they didn't want to stay in expensive places, but and they hadn't traveled a lot either. So I took them out. I showed them around Bali. I'd been there a few times before. That's why I chose that location. I had a connection with a driver and I told him where we wanted to go and we set it up from there. But I supplied travel journals for everybody and travel watercolor sets and things like that.
Oh my gosh, so cool. What a great idea. So they were kind of paying for their own travel, but you were just kind of guiding them then, or is it a package thing?
I sold it as a package.
Curious. Okay.
They had to pay for their flights, which I ended up helping them. We all bought our same flight. We all flew over together. So that was fun. But yeah, I sold it as a package. I tried to make it as affordable as possible. And then, because that was another key, like to show how affordable travel can be.
Oh, gotcha.
And then,
so you're like advocating for travel with people. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the travel journaling would happen like in the morning or in the evening or together as a group or on their own if they want. And if you're not, I realize that there's people out there who are like, the thought of art freaks them out. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, nothing to do with that.
Well, they think they don't have creativity.
And everybody
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
just like everybody has access to clairvoyancy if they just want to access it,
exactly.
Right? It's the same.
Oh yeah. That's a whole nother conversation.
A whole nother conversation. But yes.
So what I would do for those people who wanted to come on the trip but not get artsy is just be like, okay, well, like if you pick up a pamphlet, let's say we go to the monkey forest, get a pamphlet from there, a brochure, and like cut out pictures from it or write down some like little quotes or like things that happened about the day. So you have like your own kind of souvenir going home. And then like you could splatter paint on the pages. Like there's all these different things to make this creative, fun book. And then you're like, oh, this was my trip to Bali.
That's amazing. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I'd like to do another one. We'll see.
You should.
The state of the world is questionable sometimes.
Oh, I guess right now it's kind of odd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
like where to go.
The concept is there.
Totally.
You could go to somewhere close by. I was trying to think of somewhere.
Washington?
You could go to Washington. There's nature.
Bend, Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
I have actually thought about doing a local
more
one.
local.
Yeah. Start there and then grow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get you get a group of people who are like, take us out of the country. Like, okay, I know you guys.
Then you could do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, the art, I'm getting back at it again. And yeah, the creative block, it's there, but I'm aware of it. And I think that helps me push through it too.
Do you think the creative block, is it blocking what you create or is it blocking you from creating that's happening right now?
That's a good question. I think I'm not sure. I just feel like
we'll go ahead and have to release that.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I feel like there's so many things. Like sometimes I feel like I'm just not allowing myself the time to make the art, and like that's a blockage in itself. It's like subconsciously I'm just like, oh, you're too busy to do this right now. You need to go help your mom, or you need to go.
Well, you do have a lot of things, a lot of different things that you do.
Yeah.
So, but you're a manifesting generator.
Yeah.
So that is correct for you.
Yeah.
Like you are supposed to be doing a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like that's where you're happy.
Don't stop now. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, you can burn yourself out. You can burn yourself out. But
I've experienced that for sure.
Generally speaking, manifesting generators are quite active and they're busy and they're doing different things.
Yeah.
And they can multitask.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a great multitasker.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like I just want to sit down. The days I get time to just sit and do my art are so amazing. It's just, it feels so good. And I just need to remind myself of that.
Yeah. It's almost like you kind of have to prioritize it.
But it's so interesting that you're having clients too that are also blocked right now.
Yeah.
It's like a thing that's like,
it's kind of a thing. And I'm wondering what's going on. Like it feels like there's something broad happening.
Because there's so much spirituality connected with the creativeness.
There is.
And meditation and just like the flow of everything. Like everything just starts happening with the creativeness. And it's like, what's stopping us from being creative right now?
Well, there's a lot of turmoil.
Yeah.
Right. So you get out of flow state into like a more of an anxious or panic state. It's hard to be creative when you're in there. When you're in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that there could be something going on with that.
Yeah. And can I just say that like meeting you and like developing this relationship and stuff by like looking for somebody who did body code has just been so amazing.
Oh, I know. I've enjoyed getting to know you too.
Yeah.
And like now we're friends.
I
But
know.
like, yeah.
I searched you out for my mom and then I was like, oh, I'll try a couple sessions with you. I'm like, oh, she's cool.
Yeah. Aw,
And then I
thanks.
kept doing sessions with you and now here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. Well, you're a healer too, you know, so
We're all healers.
we're all healers.
Just like we're all artists. We just need to open up to it.
Yeah. My dogs go running overhead. I don't know if people can hear that or not. Oh, I mean, I do have dogs. There's 5 of them up there. Crazy
whole
hooligans that they are. We have a whole pack. We do. Yeah.
Yeah, the body code, I think it's really helped me and it has helped actually open up some of the blockage I've noticed because before meeting you, I was really blocked and like like I said, I found you for my mom and I was like, oh, I don't really need this, but I want to see what this is all about. Because the body code I was used to was different. The body code practitioner.
I think from what you've described, the practitioner that you were seeing, wasn't she like a chiropractor or something as well?
She used to be a chiropractor, yeah.
She was probably just doing straight body code where it's like with my work, it's kind of like you with your plaster work. I've kind of
You've developed your own.
I kind of take the modality and create my own. And it's like mine's a little bit of human design. It's a little bit of emotion code. It's a little bit of body code. It's a little bit of intuition.
Yeah.
Like, and so it just kind of, it's hard to explain what I do.
Yeah. No, it kind of is. But
Yeah.
it's really amazing too. It's fascinating because you learn so much about yourself
Totally.
during your sessions. And then you also get this release with all of the blockages that are happening.
Yeah.
Like going to therapy and then not having to go home and like sit and just,
Yeah.
that stuff she brought up today.
Yeah.
It's like, I went to therapy and she released it. I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Gone.
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I've had people say that it felt like, getting to stuff that it takes years to get to in therapy. And I'm not bashing therapy because I'm all for it. And a lot of people need talk therapy and there's a lot of different modalities that counselors use. There's different types of therapy, but that's one thing about motion code and body code is it taps into the subconscious and it just releases stuff. Like it just, sometimes you know what it is, but you don't have to rehash it and talk about it forever. And it just like pops in and pulls it out. And you don't have to talk about it for 3 years.
Right.
To process, to get it out. So
it's just, that's amazing. And then the heart wall, right? The heart wall, all the energy, all of the things that we've built up around our heart over the years. Totally. Protect it. I didn't even know about that until reading the emotion code. Right? Yeah. The emotion code.
Yeah. The emotion code's the one that has the heart wall in it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I read that and then I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't need to get certified in it, but let's find somebody who can do it. Here you are.
I'm not the only one, but
No.
But yeah, it's a great modality.
Right.
I'm so grateful. I actually had a friend, that had found it first and she turned me on to it and then I became certified too. And so emotion code's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, and then human design, you're doing human design with that, which is great because I was interested in it, but it's deep. It's like astrology where it's like.
Human design is, and I studied, I use quantum human design, it's human design with a kind of an updated language to it. But when I first found it, I was going to try to just study it because I had paid for so many. I went to massage therapy school. I got craniosacral. Like I've paid for so many different certifications and licenses that I'm like, I don't want to pay for anything else. And I just want to learn this human design. It's really cool. So I bought all the books and then I tried to read them and I'm like, oh man, I no, like there's no way. All the information is in the book now that it's all in there, but I just could not process it. So I ended up doing the training. And that's been amazing too, because it kind of mixes in different modalities. It has astrology in it. It has the I Ching. It talks, the chakra system's kind of in there. And it's just a map. It's like a blueprint of your design.
That's
like,
so cool.
If you're not conditioned and you're haven't had trauma and all this other stuff, it's like, this is kind of a blueprint of what you're designed to be and how you're designed to live.
Right.
And learning, just outside of what I've been able to help my clients with, learning that stuff about me has been life-changing, of just like knowing like, okay, now I know my design type. I know my authority. I know my strategy. When I'm feeling bitter, I know I'm burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And before I just thought I was bitter. I'm just a sour grape. It's like, no, you're burnt out.
Now you understand it better.
I understand. And so it's amazing.
Yeah. It helps you set boundaries too. As you're saying this, you like know when you're burnt out, you're like, okay, sour grape is starting to come. I need to set my boundary.
Totally. Well, and for like mine, I'm a projector orchestrator, and which means I have an open sacral. And I didn't think I was lazy, but I thought, gosh, I just don't have the energy. I don't feel like I have the energy that other people do. And now that I've learned how to manage that better, I actually do have that energy if I've allowed myself rest and, to be able to recharge and know where to place my energy. If I'm placing my energy in places that are burning me out, then I have no energy for it.
Yeah.
But something that lights me up or fills me up, I have more energy for.
I can relate to that.
But it's just like, I don't remember right now if your sacral's open. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I always have sacral issues. I don't know if it's an issue, but sacral always comes up for me. So
okay.
I wonder.
We'll have to look next time we have a session. We'll have to look at it. But,
I'm curious about
that.
But
just knowing how to manage your energy for some types or for some people is huge. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah. Boundaries.
Learn
your human design so you know your boundaries.
Your free chart is in the show notes. You can go download that too.
Yeah,
so
highly recommended.
Highly recommended.
And then go book a session with LaDeene.
Oh geez.
I'm gonna plug in right now. Book a session so she can explain it in more depth.
Yes.
And then you can experience her modalities and how she is
funny, Casey. That's not what we're doing here, but thank you. You're so funny.
I always want to support my people.
I know.
Even on their own show.
I'm like, I know. At one point here, like, I don't think we talked about this, but you have a podcast.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so at some point we were talking a minute ago, and I'm like, this is what happens when you do your podcast with somebody that does a podcast, is suddenly I'm being interviewed. But talk about your podcast.
I felt that for a second. I was like, well, I'm interviewing her right now.
No, it's okay.
No, it's good to know though. Everybody who does, people who don't do sessions with you need to know about this because it's great.
Thank you. You're sweet.
My podcast is called The Spiritual Closet. And how that name came to be is very funny and interesting because the co-host with me, Liz, we were talking about starting a podcast, and I was like, this is going to be like me in my closet doing a podcast, right? And she was like, what? She starts laughing. I'm like, really? Because that's where like good acoustics are. Like, you got good acoustics in your closet. Thankfully, I have a walk-in. It's not just like a
not a tiny closet. Yeah. I've actually seen That's a thing. Podcasters record in their closet. Yeah.
I had seen that too. A friend, she's now a friend of mine. She does a podcast, not as frequently anymore. And she used to do hers in her closet. Yeah. So that's where I think I got that idea. And Liz was like, this is going to have to be called The Spiritual Closet, right? I'm like,
it's a great name.
Yeah.
And you guys just talk about just like this, like different topics of whatever. Yeah.
Originally it started out it was just gonna be us talking about,
whatever.
Different things that came up, kind of like what you do when it's just you solo. And then we were like, oh my gosh, we know all these great people. We should start interviewing them. And so we started doing that. And so sometimes it's just us talking. Mm-hmm. Both of us go on like retreats separately and together. And so sometimes we'll come back and we'll talk about like what came up at the retreat.
That's cool.
Yeah. Liz does like amazing chakra balancing readings. And so we talk about that and like how much she's opened and like grown even more. Like they were great in the very beginning when I first met her, but they've just gotten more and more next level. So it's been really fun to like watch her grow and be a part of her journey.
Right.
And she shares about that in our podcast episodes. And
I think that happens with healers. Their practice evolves as as they do. But that's super cool. I have to say this. So your podcast is part of the reason I started mine when I did, because I think I talked about this in one of my very first episodes. I'm a projector orchestrator, right? So I need to be invited to do things, right? And I had I have had the idea to do a podcast for years. Like it kept popping up. Like I'd have a friend like, oh, we should do a podcast. Oh, we know, and nothing materialized. And then one day I had a client who said to me, you need to do something broader. You need to put your voice out where more people get it. You need to do like a podcast or something. And I went, oh my God, okay, yes, I do. And at that point, I didn't know what that looked like at all, but I bought all this equipment. Like I bought like,
you went all in.
I went like state of the art equipment
for
podcasting, and I bought it. And I was trying to figure out, is it solo? Do I have, because my original was I would have guests all the time. And it's like, I work from home. I see clients mostly over Zoom. Like I don't have a wide, huge circle of people, you know? So it's like, I'm kind of trying to gain that now. But anyway, so I sat on it. Right? I sat on it. And one day, you were just a client at this point, and I saw you in a session and you went, oh my God, my friend and I are going to start a podcast. And I went, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's great. And you were telling me about it. And I was like, okay. And then I think I saw you like the next week or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. It was short. And then you went, oh, our first episode's out. And I went, are you kidding me? I've had my equipment for almost a year and I haven't started. You just did it. Like you went from, I'm going to have a podcast with my friend to, oh, it's published. And I was like, okay, LaDeene, this is your kick in the pants sign from the universe to just go in there and hit the freaking record button. You just got to do it. And then I just decided I just have to start with solo and just be okay with allowing it to unfold however it does. And that's what I'm doing. So
yeah. And your podcasts are great. Whenever I listen to them and I go a period of time without doing sessions with you, I feel like your episodes align perfectly with what's going on in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
I mean, recently, you know, when they're talking about like the archetypes and things like that, and not so much those, but like in the beginning, like the beginning podcasts that you have, and I know you kind of like go on different topics.
I go on different, I just kind of whatever comes up in my brain.
Yeah, it'll come back around again, but I'll listen and I'll be like one of my friends who also sees you, she's like, oh, have you listened to LaDeane's podcast lately? She's like, it was so good. And I'll listen to him like, oh my gosh, that totally aligns with what's going on in my life right now.
Oh, that's crazy. So, that's so cool how that works out.
Yeah, so I agree with whoever told you to get out and get your voice out there to the public. Yeah. Spot on.
Well, and it's part of, like I said, I'm a projector orchestrator. And that's what we do is like put ourselves out there to where the right people can find us. Right. And so whether people get something from something I've said or they end up being a client or it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just me putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Into the
abyss.
Into the abyss. Floating around.
Here I am.
When I do solo episodes, I have to write a script first because I can't. I tried at the beginning to just go free, just talk.
Yeah.
And it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
Because I was all over the place. So
podcasting,
it's easier when there's another person to be all over the place and it's okay still.
Yeah.
When you're just talking by yourself and you're all over the place, it feels like a different level of hot mess.
Totally.
It's hilarious.
So when Liz and I were talking about doing our podcast, we were both in Kauai at a retreat together about a year ago, actually. And there's a lady with us who we've had on our show a couple times, Lori, she's an astrologer. And she gave me like a little sample reading, like a sample astrology reading at the retreat. And it was so good. I felt like I had a full reading from her. And I thought that I had. And then later she came back and offered me one. I was like, didn't I already have one? She's like, no, that was just a little sample.
Like I just told you something that was there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so thorough. But Lori told me in that little sample reading, I don't remember the details of it, but in that something about like one of the houses, you know, somewhere in my chart, basically saying that I needed like something with the creativity. And obviously my mind goes straight to art. I'm like, oh, art degree. There we go.
Yep.
Whether I had a degree in art doesn't matter, but art.
Right.
And so I immediately go there. And then I'm pretty sure she said like a podcast or something. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then Liz and I are talking and she's like, you know, later on sometime during that retreat, and she's like, I've always wanted to do a podcast. You'd be so much fun to do a podcast with. I was like, oh, like, I don't know about
you
this.
Were still like, I don't know.
Yeah. I was like, I've never seen myself as a podcast person. And then, we just kind of kept talking about it. And I was like, okay, is this going to happen or not? We got to stop talking about this and just either do it or quit talking about it. And
Right.
so we just jumped in and we were like, okay, let's just get a couple episodes recorded and start
It
publishing.
happened fast. Like, I mean, you may have been working on it before you mentioned it to me, but I feel like
Not
the way
really.
you were talking, I was going to say, the way you were talking felt like it was like, we have this idea. We're going to do this podcast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then,
And I think you had said, I've been thinking about doing a podcast.
well, I had the equipment. I knew I was doing it. I
Yeah.
even had the name and I had the logo. I had everything ready. I just hadn't pushed record and
Yeah.
started. I was too caught up in trying to figure out what it was going to look like and what it was. And really it's unfolding just like we were talking, people's healing journey, you know, as healers, their modalities and the way they work change over time. They evolve with them.
Yeah.
And I finally just went, okay, this podcast, even if I start solo, maybe it won't always be solo. Or maybe it will. Maybe I'll keep it as a mix like I do now. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just am allowing it to unfold however it does.
And it's unfolding beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's nice to have the mix, kind of like Liz and I are doing the same thing where it's sometimes it's just us talking and sometimes we bring in a guest and it adds a little spice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's been fun having you be a guest today.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hopefully you'll come back and record with me again.
Yeah, we have so much to talk about.
We have so much to talk about. So many things.
I know. We
We'll have
talked
to make
about
a
like
list.
20 conversations.
I know.
or
I feel like
topics.
I know this, writing the intro for this is going to be interesting, but it's okay.
Good
I
luck
love
with
it.
that.
No, it's good. Casey and I sit down. Here we are. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right.